Most families don't collapse because they're bad people. They collapse because they drift. They get busy, distracted, overwhelmed, and without even realizing it, they start living in reaction mode instead of leadership mode. That's why discipline matters. Family discipline is your family's identity, your rhythm, your culture, your philosophy. It's the way your family does life, hopefully on purpose. Welcome to Foundations of Character. I'm Scott Wilkinson, and this is my channel. Now, what is family discipline? Now, originally, discipline meant learning, being taught. I simplified it to mean a way of doing something, but today, let's take it deeper. Family discipline is teaching and developing your family's values through consistent, incremental actions that form routines and procedures aligned with your values. And those routines make everyone's life better. And here's the part most families miss. If you don't define your family's identity, if you don't set the values, the priorities, the rhythm, and the way things are done, the world will do it for you. And the world doesn't care about your marriage. It doesn't care about your kids. It doesn't care about your future. So you'll either lead your family or become a slave to whatever screams the loudest. Now let's break it down. The way I see it, there are four players that make up a family: God, mom, dad, child, or children. When I taught martial arts, I broke down the techniques into pieces that kids couldn't grasp the whole movement, but they could grasp the parts. Families are the same way. So let's look at the four players. Player one is God. He is the standard setter. People will disappoint you like 98% of them will. Not because they're evil, but because people do people things. They just can't help themselves. But God doesn't. He brings order, consistency, goodness, purpose, and direction. Values like discipline, respect, responsibility, obedience, they didn't come from Instagram influencers. They came from God. Now, if dad is focused on God and mom is focused on God, then the family has a shared, unshakable value. And that matters because humans drift naturally toward human culture, which is selfishness, laziness, addictions, affairs, emotional impulses. A commitment to God gives you something bigger than your moods, something bigger than your temptations or frustrations. God is the anchor that keeps the family from drifting into chaos. Now, player number two is mom. Mom is the heart of the home. Moms are magical. They come wired, generally speaking, with incredible natural strength. Strengths like nurturing, compassion, empathy, emotional intelligence, relationship building. Some even have peacekeeping capabilities. They use gentle persuasion, and kids need time with their mom, not staged over-the-top moments, just daily moments where mom's values are passed down naturally. Player three is dad, the backbone of the home. Dad brings another essential set of gifts and strengths: protection, justice, achievement, resilience, responsibility, problem solving, and teaching how the world works. When you put mom's strengths and dad's strengths side by side, you see the truth that both matter, both create balance, both form the foundation of a stable home. Now, of course, some moms can have some dad-like traits and some dads can have some mom-like traits, but generally speaking, God designed families to function best when both mom and dad energies are present. And the fourth player is the child. The child is a blank slate, and children are your greatest contribution to this planet. They come into this world knowing nothing. They're a fresh hard drive, completely empty, like a new computer. I like to joke and say that I am a brain-puter programmer as a martial arts instructor. Kids will absorb whatever you download into them. Your values, your tone, your habits, your reaction, your priorities. Every moment is programming something, whether you're meant to or not. Now, these are the only players that matter for family discipline. Not your friends, not the neighbors, not teachers, not social media, just God, mom, dad, and child, each responsible for the other three. Now that you know the players, let's talk about the rules of the game. I'm going to give you three concepts. Concept number one is busy work versus real work or real progress. I had a friend who owned a gymnastics center. One summer, he built a rock climbing wall by screwing climbing grips into sheetrock. Guess how long that lasted? A week. He stayed busy all summer. He moved around, he sweated, he felt like he was doing something, but he accomplished nothing. It was a big waste of time. A lot of families live exactly like that. They're busy, they're running, they're exhausted, it's chaotic, always moving, never progressing. So before you do anything, ask, does this decision move my child toward who I want them to become? Does this reaction reinforce the behavior I want? Does this choice align with our values or just make the moment easier, like giving into tantrums, handing over the phone just to get them to be quiet, living from convenience instead of conviction? That's busy work. That's not progress. Real work moves your family or moves things forward. Concept number 2, I call house rules. House rules reflect real life, not moods, not stress, not fatigue. An example would be rule number 1, do good, get good. Do bad, get bad. Rule number 2 would be contribute to the family. And rule number 3 is nothing is free. You work for everything you get. These aren't just rules. They are rehearsals for adulthood. Now, you're training your child to live successfully in the real world. So concept number 3 is every moment is teaching. You don't need Instagram perfect moments or special days. You need daily intentional moments, teaching, training, sharing, and including them. An example would be to let them choose dinner. But they can choose it, but they have to help cook it because nothing is free and they have to contribute to the family. These kind of principles, if repeated, will become embedded values. And consistency is the backbone of discipline. Now, putting it all together, a disciplined family looks like this, in my opinion. Mom and dad share a value, God. Everyone studies, talks about, and thinks about God first. Mom passes on her natural strengths. Dad passes on his natural strengths. And the child participates in everything. House rules reflect real life. Daily routines reinforce the family values. And just imagine what your family could become if everyone moved in the same direction on purpose every single day. That becomes your family's way of doing things, your identity, your culture. And most families drift because of simple, innocent mistakes, like reacting instead of leading, choosing convenience over conviction, letting screens be the babysitter, avoiding conflict instead of teaching to work through it, hoping good values just happen. None of these things make you a bad parent, but they do make your family drift. Here's an example from my own life. When I owned my own martial arts school, I worked until 8:30 or 9 every night. So we had a rule. The kids stay up until dad gets home. Why? Because time with dad was a value. It was a priority. It was part of our family discipline. Your family will have its own version. There is no perfection. There's only whether it works or it doesn't work. The point is to choose your way, define it, live it, model it, protect it. Discipline is the foundation of every character trait that we're going to talk about. It sets the rhythm of your home. It shapes your child's identity. It determines the direction of your future. Don't let human culture raise your kids. Don't let chaos lead your home. Don't drift into a lifestyle that you never chose. A disciplined family becomes a strong family, and strong families build strong children. If you don't build your family's discipline, something else in this world will. And if this video woke something up in you, share it with another parent who needs that same wake-up call. Like the video, subscribe, and let's reclaim the future one family at a time. I am Scott Wilkinson, and this is Foundations of Character.